people, welcome to UK Jazz Dance. I want to talk about the similarities of vernacular and UK jazz dance, UK jazz dances, UK underground jazz dance styles. One of the key things was Western society took away our social scene because they dominated the clubs, an environment in which the culture was involved, and they spread negatives about it. And they controlled it because it was financial as well. So our dance scene was part of the black music, white business circuit, and people understand we didn't dominate the clubs, the big clubs for all days, all these type of things all night, as we didn't dominate the venues. And that was one of the key things that happened in the vernacular period. Whites owned the venues that we had to go to. Do you understand? We had smaller venues, and we wanted to explore wider ways to explore, to spread our culture, and they were basically Westerners owned that. Then when our social scene was lost, you see major mental health issues taking place. People going to crime is one of the key things, and you found that people, without the social dancing on a mass scale, because you have to understand how Lindy Hop was. Imagine jazz dance in a massive dance hall, remember music hall, in the United States or in Britain. There were massive places with hundreds, thousands of people in the same venue. Well, that happened to us, and suddenly they were taken away overnight. Do you understand? To stop us making money was one of the key things that people stopped us from doing. So as an individual, as a promoter, I tried to hire some of these big venues and could not hire them. That's one of the key issues that has arisen, similar to vernacular and our time. We weren't able to control some of what we wanted to do at the time. Secondly, what happened was many individuals started to suffer from low moods because they've been dancing 7 days a week from a very young, and they didn't know about the healthcare issues. I was an individual who recognised that I needed to dance every day, and I was involved in a wide range of styles. So one thing about the Manchester culture was that we had one room, we had one space where we did different genres of dancing. So that's how I involved myself in dance. So when we lost our dance culture just overnight in '86, I was dancing other dances already. I was doing hip hop, I was still dancing soul, disco, funk, I was doing dub, I was doing reggae, I was doing stage jazz. All these things came a substitutes for UK jazz dance. But UK jazz dance was one of the most expressive, creative, athletic dances like Lindy Hop. Do you understand? So when R&B came, for example, after Lindy Hop, it wasn't the same. Do you understand? The only relationship to R&B, relationship to swing dancing, was when mambo jazz came. These two dances were absolutely fantastic. These were pushing the boundaries of your learning, thinking, development. I had to go to house. I had to go to hip hop to survive. I had to go to jungle. I had to go to garage. These are art form that offers free expression without anybody saying this is a dance or not. What the dance is was about you deciding what moves you wanted to do in the dancing. And the music that was being played was like jazz in the sense of it was pushing the boundaries, what it was doing. People didn't really understand it. It's to do with rhythmical patterns and how that music's put together and the sounds. Jungle, I'm talking about. House, where house went. Talking about deep soul house. It does something. It raised your consciousness, pushed you to another level, made you bigger, bolder, and better in what you're doing. Anyway, similar things were happening, and one of the key things was I realized as a person I needed to research, and this has happened the same with other dancers in the past. Dancers who are leaders, not necessarily in position, leaders in who are action dance people, started to study what did the dance do and started to pass on to other next generation of young people. It's important for you to dance. Why you need to dance? You need to know this knowledge. Boom, boom. And I'm one of them individuals that was involved in that. And I started that health work from 1981 to presently. And I used dance to recover from a number of different injuries, a number of different illnesses, especially from a violent attack from a bouncer and other individuals. I faced a lot of violence in Britain. And one of the key things I wanted to share with people, I faced a lot of trauma in Britain, racial trauma, and healing. I use dance for healing is one of the key things which I share with individuals. And I'm not the only one. And what happened now today, what happened is a lot of documentation that show you about dance, how it is used for healing by a lot of people, particularly freestyle dance, because freestyle dance gives you the option to explore your own emotions, your own feelings, not other people's emotions. So one of the things I talk about UK jazz dance, I've been sharing with people, what's been happening, the commercial world has been projecting UK jazz dance from a misrepresentative point of view, you see, because what it is, you're supposed to talk about the dance in its 3D perspective, not a 1D. It was not a sensory activity. It was actually used for every dance in our community was first used for health. That's how it started in early learning. That's how it was. It wasn't just for you to play, because dancing started in your mum's womb for your health. And that's where I told people dance, healing and health was what the art form was used by your mother. Because in the womb, the child feels the trauma of the mother. That's what people need to understand. And she had trauma already. The father and mother in the DNA of the people that were born in 1935, which my dad was, mum in 42, they already had trauma. And trauma had already existed from us in slavery. So people need to understand the beginning, it was healing, health, and happiness, because these were the three things that were taken away through slavery. People's health was taken away, people's happiness was taken away, and the ability to heal themselves in the way that they wanted to was taken away. But they used dance successfully, though, as a great, when they had that 1 day off by the massa, they danced all day. Do you understand? And they secretly danced also without the massa's knowledge. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they knew the science behind it. So the three things I talk about, what is important from the womb: healing, happiness is important to know about 3D. Healing, happiness, and health were the three things how we come into this world with dance. BK Jazz Dance out.